FlightBoss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Antares Moon. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now, I want to get everybody a clear conception on how to look at Cusp. Now, when we talk about Cusp, now, you can kind of look at what date you'll fall on to be a cusp for your sun sign, obviously, when you break down the science. But if you want to know how you are a cusp between the moon, Mercury, and Venus, and Saturn and Mars, and so on and so forth, then that's a little bit more difficult than it's calculating the time that your sun sign is calculated. Now, so the way to calculate a cusp is a 5-degree orb. Now, what is an orb? An orb is created when it is created by a friction between areas of space. You know what I'm saying? Areas of space. Now, space is not nothing. Space is just a manifestation of something that's not understood yet. But space isn't anything. You have beings selling space. You know what I'm saying? They're selling gigabytes, selling RAM. You use too much of your Google hard drive space up, you have to buy more space. So you see, space is even being sold. So we know space is not nothing. We know when something is too crowded, you need to make room for space. So that's dealing with the space is dealing with the spirit realm. Space, frequencies, ideas, space, and a frequency. That's a line of events. So space is a big line. And then it's a big line of events, and then the vibrations that you see going on within that frequency is the line of events that's being experienced by whatever being or whatever this, that, and the third. But when we want to talk about cusp, a cusp is like I said, it's a friction between two areas of space, and that space in between is the friction. You know what I'm saying? Something has to fill in or something has to. That's what space allows to do. So when we talk about a cusp, a orb. Now, say for an example, say like you have your moon sign, and say you have your moon sign and 2 degrees Taurus, and say you have your sun sign and 6 degrees Taurus. Then the orb between your moon and your sun will be a 4-degree orb. Because if your moon is at 2 degrees and your sun is at 6 degrees, then that's 4 degrees apart. It start from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mean to count. I'm counting 6, but I ain't mean to count the 2. But 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 4 degrees apart. So what happens here is that's a 4-degree orb right there. So that's an orb. And an orb is a realm of reality, an illusion, and it's a concept. It's almost like a sex, you know what I'm saying, of two energies creating a new energy subconsciously. You see what I'm saying? So when we talk about a cusp can only be a 5-degree orb. Now, this 5-degree orb has to be between either 28 degrees of a sign and 2 degrees of a sign. So we're counting the 0 of degrees of a sign as a degree. So if you're 0 degrees of any sign, that's still counted. So 0 degrees of any sign, you are a natural blend on the scale of a cusp. So you carry 50-50 traits of the sign that you're 0 degrees of and the previous sign. Now, if you 29 or 28 degrees of a sign, then you lean on the balance scale of that sign, but you still play out both attributes, just you may play out more attributes of the sign that you're 28 or 29 degrees in, but it's going to be heavily backed and supported by the future sign. And vice versa. If you're ever 1 or 2 degrees of a sign, of any sign, then you're going to play out the actions of whatever planet is in that sign. You're going to play out the balance scale of that element or that sign, but it's going to be heavily and backed and supported by the previous sign. So either or, they all share the same traits. It's this one may show a little bit more attributes than the other depending on the balance scale, and if it's at 0, it's a natural blend. But all these people will get along. And that 5-degree orb, that 28, 29, 0, 1, 2 degree orb, if you have any planet that fall in that sector, that orb, that balance scale, then you are a cusp. Now, when we break down the cusp, when When fire and water comes together, then now you are a steam. We call that a steam element. So fire element, water element comes together, it becomes steam, the steam element. When earth and fire element comes together, that becomes the lava element. Fire, earth, lava element. When air and earth comes together, that becomes the dust element. That becomes the dust element. And you could come with a lot of metaphors of how you could break that down. Just like particles and stuff, fumes and everything that's from the earth particles and stuff being burnt from the earth into the air toxins, that's air and earth comes together. So we're just going to say dust. And when water and air comes together, that creates clouds. That's why you got H2O and things of that nature and everything. Now, I have created names for each of these because I don't want people are confused. They're like, okay, am I Aries or am I Pisces, or am I Libra or am I Virgo, and they be confused. So if you are a cusp, I came up with specific names that I'm going to run down to you right now. Now we're going to start off with the steam element. So if you are a water and fire element combined with any planet, this makes you a cusp, and this makes your element a steam. So we know this is Aries and Pisces, Cancer and Leo, and Scorpio and Sagittarius. Now we're gonna steam. Steam represents the filler, illusion, creative expression. So we go like same way how fire and water is the two fillers. They just fill in two different ways. The water is the filler and how to deal with the emotions. The fire is the filler and the seer. It likes to seize the feelings, what creates visions. So this is what makes water psychic. This is what makes fire intuitive. On the flip side, you got the two thinkers, which is the fire and water is the right brain. Then we go to the left brain. Now you have the two thinkers, which you have earth and air, but they think in two different ways. Air think and communicate and analyze. Earth thinks, practicalize, and common sense. You see what I'm saying? So earth will be yin left brain. Air will be yang left brain. Fire will be yang right brain. Water will be yin right brain. You see what I'm saying? Now we have that same way with the cusp. The two fillers in the cusp is steam and clouds. Now what separates them is steam is the filler and the illusions and creative expression. Clouds is the filler and the imagination and the ideas. Now, and we have the two thinkers. Lava is the thinker and dust is the thinker, but they think in two different ways. Lava is they think and it deals with mystic and mysticism and occult. And dust is the thinker and they are realists. They deal with realism and science. So let's break them down now. So steam now, because I wrote this down, y'all. Y'all want y'all to know I ain't reading from nothing. This is I made this, so you know. Now look, steam. Now when an Aries and a Pisces come together. Now okay, steam is the filler, illusion, and creative expression. So off the bat, steam is in their feelings. When you look at steam is the steam could be, you could feel steam, right? And you can see steam. So you can see, and then you can see right through it, but you know it's there. So right there, that creates an illusion, right? It's an illusion. And anytime illusion, that's a realm of reality. So what contains that illusion and what's in it? So whatever that steam is derived from, whether it's from something being, some water being boiled, whatever's being cooked, whatever ingredients in the water or whatever like that, aka whatever ideas, thoughts, creativity is put in there, that's what you're going to see from the illusion. And you're going to be able to see through it. So that's mean it's not real. So it's not dealing with reality. You could touch it, you could feel it, you could see it, but you could touch right through it too. It's not vibrating at a frequency megahertz that you can touch it. I mean that it could be physical as solid and dense. You know, so you could touch it, but it's not dense. So that means it's not based upon material. So these people are into expressions. They're into spirit. They're into spirituality and things of that nature. And also they're into illusion and creativity and imagination and things of that nature. So they're into the fantasy realm, more than the practicality and the details and the realities of the world. So they're the fillers, illusions, creative expression. So, and then they have to get out the expressions. It have to be seen or felt, because you can see steam and you can feel it. So steam either hot or moist, you know what I'm saying? So that means hot, steamy. So that means creative, passionate, you know what I'm saying, emotional, and may throw his emotional weight around. And a lot of times it may not make sense. It's not logical. It's right brain. It's the filler. You see what I'm saying? So that's what these people represent. Now, the first one, if you are Aries and Pisces in any planet that comes together on a cusp, then you are Airces. And I spell it A-I-R-C-E-S. Airces. You know what I'm saying? So with the Airces, you are ruled by the 1st and 12th house, which here is, you take the I am, the personality, personal issues, and personal people, places, and things, and how to deal with the personal self, and the I am, the who you are, and how to the self-expression. Well, not so much the self-expression, but your personality and the I am. And then you combine that with the subconscious realm, the fantasy realm, and the dreams, illusions, creativity, and imagination. And then what you have together is these people like they feel like they are their creativity. They are their imagination. They are their imagination, appreciation, and creativity, and their fantasy, and even their illusion. So if they have an illusion about themselves, they can play that role, play that part. And a lot of times they throw illusions on others. So keep that in mind. Now, when we get into if you are, now it's ruled by Mars and Jupiter. Wait, now I'm gonna do this on a second video, because I don't want to do all this in one video right here. I don't want to do this in all one video. You know what I'm saying? I just want to break down that from. So that was the intro. I just wanted to break that down. So we're gonna do this on the other video. FlightBoss, bitch, goddamn air.